Um, so I mean, I've always loved Prentice. Like she is the boss. She is like the dream woman that I've always wanted to be. So thank
Oh,
you Wes, for bringing her to life on screen. And I want to talk about, what it's been like for you seeing this evolution of the character.
I, it's I I'm so incredibly fortunate. Listen, I wish I was Prentice too. I mean, I I'm not that smart. I'm not that great of a boss. I can't shoot as well. I can't fight as well. Prentice is and has become a really multifaceted character, and I'm just fortunate that the writers love Prentice too and want to challenge her and give her obstacles and put her through the ringer and show these beautiful relationships between her and her coworkers. Um, I'm really glad I returned to the show after I was gone for 4 years. Thank God Prentice wasn't actually dead. Um, I would be so sad if I wasn't a part of this now evolution. And it was a bummer being canceled at CBS, but I get it. And then the pandemic and Netflix, we did well, and now we're back with Paramount Plus, and we get to do things that we were never able to do before. So it really has been a bizarre evolution. I mean, I started on this show when I was 36. I'm 55. It's been 18 years of, you know, of getting to continue to play this character and I love that you say you love Prentice because the people who love Prentice are so supportive and so accepting of this person who's not perfect. And I it means a lot. Because I wouldn't be able to, I can't play a perfect person. But I think I'm good at playing Prentice. And I'm just really, really, really happy to still be a part of this team.
Listen, you have this moment at the end of this season, and I watched the screeners, and
Yeah.
this moment like opposite Ray, and throughout this, Prentice has kept some things from the team that have been good for them, but then she's also saying to Ray, "Well, your secret's worth it," and I love seeing this difference in like. At what point did Prentice realize that sometimes you can't keep secrets from the team?
Well, it's interesting to see Prentice being a little hypocritical because she's made that mistake. And it you're very perceptive that you saw that moment. I don't know if everyone catches that. So thank you. That's really smart. Thank you for catching that because it does show the growth of the character and recognizing, oh, I messed up. Prentice messed up. She has made some bad choices and done some sketchy stuff that she thinks is for the greater good. And she has to face that again and again in the season of I'm going to quit. No, I'm not going to quit. I've lost sight of what my job is and I've compromised my morals and it's just this push and pull of her guilt but her desire, her loyalty, her fear. um it's it's a lot. I wish I could write that well. I'm just glad I get to do my part in the show because they really did. There was Prentice went through it this year.
Did she did? But then she had JJ on by her side, and so many TV shows they will pit women against each other, and we have this beautiful female friendship that both of them need in their own way. What's it like for you being able to bring that onto the screen?
It's it that specifically the episode 8 where they get stoned together. I loved it, and I loved it because it it has those scenes really have a journey where we see Prentice is like, oh, I'm self-medicating. I need to think, so I'm going to take some edibles, and then saying she's going to quit because I'm not going to let them fire me. I'm going to quit first, and then JJ getting through to Prentice and saying, you can't quit. I need you and we need you and you need us. And it is, so I would hate to do a show where the women are tearing each other down. If it's scripted, I understand in reality that in reality shows, conflict is the show. So I get it, housewives or whatever, when they're picking at each other. That's the concept of that show. But this is a team of people whose lives are in each other's hands. And they have a bond and a family that they have to be able to rely on. And so there is no, I'm going to screw this person over to get a promotion, or I'm going to sell this person out to get cozy with this person. That's anathema to what the team is. And so, and we are like that to, as the female members of the cast, we're only supporting each other. And that's how it should be all the time in this business. We shouldn't compete against each other. We should only support each other because everything works more smoothly that way. Oh, I'm getting all amped up. but we're very lucky that we have that we support each other and just want to see each other do great and help each other all the time. It just makes life so much better. It's great.
And then towards the end, we see this change. Like Prentice has been so focused on getting Gold Star, figuring out who they are, and taking them down. But we see this wonderful moment where she realizes the unsubs don't always need to be, they're not always monsters. Like monsters are not always born. These ones were created. And
Yeah.
I actually felt for Jade at one point. Like I had to remember what Jade had done to stop being in Para.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Prentice brings this. So what was that like for you, getting the chance to show in this? They are still human.
I love that it's not black and white, right? It's not, because we also have Voight is a father. We see Voight is a serial killer, but we see where that damage came from and where he is more guilty than Damien and Peter and Jade. They were manufactured, horribly manipulated. And I'm curious to see if we get to see Pete and Jade in the next season of Criminal Minds, because is that a situation where some of us are testifying on their behalf? It's mitigating circumstances. This is what their damage is. Could it be mental impairment? I mean, what is the guilt level of these kids that have been brutalized into believing they were doing the right thing? And Prentice says to the director, they're not just criminals, they're victims. And they are. And that could be a really interesting arc. And I don't know what's going to happen next season, but I am curious because I love those guys. Working with those guys, they're great. They were so great. And I hope we get to see them again. So I'd like to know what happens with them. And thank you for pointing that out, that it is completely different from like a typical serial killer show. Is, well, these kids were created, so what is their culpability if they thought they were doing the right thing? It's a terrible question, and I would like to see where it goes.
That's all the time we have, Alexandria, but thank you for a wonderful interview.
Well, thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.